Hello everybody and welcome back to Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. I think it says part 12, but this is part 13. It says part 12 during the streaming of this, but we're in part 13. We are getting ever closer to the end. We have a lot of difficult stuff coming up. I've had to... Oops, didn't mean to do that. I don't know why the hell I did that. In terms of stuff that we're doing, obviously we have all of these missions to do, but we have, with these loyalty missions, we obviously need to get all these done, and doing a couple of these is going to result in the possible loss of some loyalty. I totally forgot about that stuff because I was trying to make my list of who needs to do what at the end of the game. For those of you who don't really know, there's a lot of complicated stuff related to the end of this game. For those of you who've played, you know that the mission that we do at the end, pretty much there are certain characters that you have to pick for certain things. Yeah. So, pretty much we need to have, there's certain upgrades that we need to have for the end of the game for our ship. I mean, one of those is the Thanix cannon, which we have. And yeah, the multi-core shielding, the cyclonic barrier, cyclonic shield, the Thanix cannon, and the armor. Let's see here. Yes, the Solaris armor tech. So these are actually required pretty much for us to be able to do everything we need to do going into that mission. Everything else is just kind of a bonus. Pretty much. I'll do, well, I don't really give a shit about that currently. But, yeah, I had to make my list of characters to do what. And for those of you who don't know, there's a bit of a numbers game when it comes to the end of the game.
You had me so worried when you were trapped on the collector ship. Thank goodness for Edie.
The Normandy crew delivered, including you.
You're too kind. We were there to help, but Edie gets the credit this time. The Elusive Man made sure Edie was installed for this mission. Now I see why. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Go. But yeah, so pretty much, there's a numbers game kind of related to the end that's kind of difficult to understand. A lot of the guides online are garbage. So...
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
But I have everything in order.
Now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
But yeah, I got everything in order for what we need, so hopefully we will... everybody should be loyal by the time we go into this, and I should know everything that I need to know by the time... I know that sounds kind of cryptic, but anybody who's beaten this, you guys know. You know what I'm talking about. I just have to remember to do everything in its place when it's time, so that I don't fuck up and get people killed. Alright, let's refuel. Are we good in this whole area? Yes. We destroyed the Blood Pact thing last time. Basically, you know, we finished the collector ship. We did a good amount of side missions and stuff. We're just going to be going around and doing the same thing. So, yeah. Alright, well, Minos Wasteland, this has 0. just kind of I guess we'll see what we have here. Should probably be things that we're going to be finding. Alright, so first planet, Veer. A pressure cooker planet with a thick nitrogen-heavy atmosphere, Veer is largely ignored by the galactic community. Probes have revealed a crust of nickel and scorched carbon, both of which can be found in abundance elsewhere at far lesser temperatures. Petus. Though Petus has a combination of features that make terraforming a possibility. The rights to the planet have been tied up in Citadel Council courts for the past 8 years. The running joke is that by the time the Council finally gives the go-ahead to colonize the planet, Petus will have evolved life of its own. Home to comfortable temperatures and mild atmosphere of mostly nitrogen and argon, Petus could be habitable with the addition of oxygen-producing cyanobacteria. Its crust is high in silicates and carbon, allowing for easy fabrication of construction materials. Smugglers, pirates, and other unregistered starships sometimes touch down on Petus to lay low or make repairs. Civilian travel is not advised.
Anomaly detected.
Aquatus? Home to the famous Iron Canyons, Aquatus has reddish iron oxide dust, hematite, covering much of its surface, and significant blue cobalt deposits that freckle the terrain. Turian explorers have discovered hot springs in the polar ice caps heated by magma in the planet's crust. In a strange combination of science and hucksterism, a small facility exports water from these springs, which is bottled and sold as having medicinal properties. Funds are then used to maintain a research station, which has discovered some fossil evidence that Aquatus once harbored microscopic life based on, oh boy, deoxyribonucleic acids in these springs. I think I said that right, but you gotta just break it down a little bit. Alright, this is a rich planet too, so...
Probe launched.
I know how to fucking do it.
Probe away. Something on our sensors.
Surface scans report potential alien signatures from within the mining facility. Anomalous life signs detected. Whereabouts of facility staff unknown. Alright, well let's go ahead and finish up scanning this planet, shall we? Because, I will say this. Once we do the Reaper IFF mission, there's only one mission that we're going to be able to do, and that's a remaining loyalty mission for a certain character we don't have yet.
Probe launched.
And that will be the only mission that we're going to be able to do before we have to go through the Omega-4 relay. Because basically what I'll say is that once you do the Reaper IFF thing, you sit around and you do all this planet exploration and stuff, and you go and you do missions and things, or like loyalty missions and stuff, your crew members have a chance of dying during the final mission. It's, like I said, it's part of this numbers game thing that exists within the structure of this whole
probe away,
I guess you could say. And I actually learned that the hard way the very first time that I
probe launched.
I learned that the hard way the first time that I played.
Launching probe.
Because the first time that I played, I just kind of like did everything, you know, oh, you know, who cares? And yeah, it was a mess. I had to look up like online guides and stuff, but even that wasn't very helpful because a lot of guides were depleted, huh?
Probe away.
Alright, well. Alright, now we'll land, shall we? I always just do that just because, you know. Alright, so let's take Morden. And we'll take Garrus. The Legendary Edition, there are some better guides now. There are some better guides that people have put out in terms of the end of this game. Got husks. And those are pretty good guides to follow, I'll say. There's a couple of them that I've seen just when I was trying to like look up to make my list of who goes where at the end. And yeah. They're pretty good. So, a container here and a skeleton. Ooh, some guns.
They've seen us.
Got husks. Data pad, some iridium here. You're reading this? Get the hell out of this place now. Not a bad idea. Come on, everyone. Keep up. It's like a ramp. It's like here. We got an abomination.
Enjoy.
Forward, hit him with the incinerate. Yeah, there you go. These guys burn pretty good, so. More iridium. A locker. It's only 3 different nodes. 1,000 credits. You know. You know, not everywhere is going to have hunks of credits. It's all the main big missions that always have lots of credits.
Never saw me coming.
Abomination. Mine logs. An alien machine discovered. Smithson's men dug out some kind of alien machine today, like nothing I ever saw. Called up some of my contacts and found out there's a mark for this kind of thing. Looks like some squints over at Alanis Risk Controller willing to part. Thanks for all the screaming, with a ton of credits to get their hands on one of these things. Far be it for me to deny them a chance to pay me. Cooper and Jorgensen say they saw the damned alien thing glowing, and hell if I'm going near it to prove them wrong. I don't get paid enough to expose myself to weird alien artifacts. I have to admit, though, that's an awful pretty sound coming from that back room. Tell me about it. Cooper, Jorgensen, and them ain't doing so well. Not feeling so good myself either. Stay near the machine. Feel better. Not sure I want to let them Alanis folk take it. Think it should stay right here with us. Machine was corrupting.
Shepard, I detect a powerful alien signature deep within the mines. It appears the device is the source of the husks. It is likely that destroying it would stop them.
Just the thing to help.
Never saw me coming!
Not difficult.
Come on, Morn, get in there.
It's data.
try. Yeah, let's get out the shotgun. We haven't really used that. Oh, enemy! Yeah, there we go.
Snipe that one!
Now you see why. Kind of sucks. Aim downside of this. There we go, you just gotta... Just keep on coming.
Scoped and dropped!
Killed that one.
Alright, well, this...
Concussive shot ready.
We almost got them all? Jesus. That's a ton of guys, man. Alright, well.
Headed for combat.
Call of Duty Zombies? Am I just facing down am I on like the 7th wave? Oh god. I'm stuck in the middle of them. Alright. This calls for the heavy duty. Chris, get out of the way. Oh my god, there we go. Good? Jeez, this is like level 12 of Nazi zombies. Let's bypass this locker. $500. Bomb. Well, there we go. Let's get out of here. Ah, it's Reaper indoctrination device. And we got a little bit of money. Not bad. My Paragon, by the way. My Paragon should go up from doing like more of the loyalty missions and everything as well. We're gonna need it for certain things. Temerius. Visible in Invictus's night sky is Temerius, a planet named for the Turian spirit said to have inspired the crew of the first manned moon launch. A boiling hot rock planet, Temerius is much hotter than its temperate neighbor due to a thick atmosphere rich in carbon dioxide and helium. Its hot surface is largely composed of boron. Surrounded by a thick dust cloud, Temerius is often struck by small meteors, making exploration dangerous. Invictus. Home to dextro amino acid-based life, Invictus temperate zones were settled by a Turian population that initially fell prey to a bewildering number of diseases. 2 decades after its first colony was founded, its population has reduced by half due to fatalities in the large colonist exodus. But when the Primarchs considered ceding the planet to robo-mining interests, the Turian statesman Shastina Impuris ambitiously declared that she would start her own colony and double its population within 5 years. This effort succeeded, largely due to the colony's location in deserts with a minimal number of pest species. The image of Shastina's triumph in the frontier made for good political theater, and the Turian population poured in. The planet's tropical belt still remains largely unexplored, as its aggressive organic life still wreaks havoc on Turian biology. A house in the Invictus jungle is a modern Turian phrase for the idea that seems like a good idea, but only to the one who came up with it. Invictus' atmosphere is primarily nitrogen and oxygen, and its surface crust varies, but has high concentrations of alumina and silver. Because it can support life easily, criminals from throughout the Terminus system hide out on Invictus. Its official population is estimated to be half the number of sapiens that are actually on the planet. Colony founded in 1939 CE. Population 320,535,000. Estimated 640 million with illegals. Capital Shastiniso. Shastencio, I think, actually. There we go. Alright, so now, we've got Minos Wasteland done, Ishmar Frontier done, Jack Abyssal done, Titan Nebula's done. What is this? Hourglass Nebula. That's Telpatali. Disable the false signal. Is that all that's there? I think so, yeah. Shadow Sea is 100%. Hate it. Hades Nexus. There's stuff here, I believe. On our quest list thus far. Yeah, we have Sheol.
Anomaly detected.
Hinome. Or maybe it's Gay? I think it's Gay, though. A nearly atmosphereless tidal-locked planet orbiting a red dwarf star. Gay Hinome was the first place human explorers discovered a dedicated Prothean burial ground. While a few sites were saved for prosperity, Eldfell Ashland Mining successfully lobbied to scout the rest of the planet for Ezo. Oh, and soon was embroiled in a scandal. Mining teams were looting gravesites, searching for Ezo and other treasures, and many got rich off the so-called cemetery business. While EAM officially brought in a stop to the looting, its mining teams remained on the planet, prospecting the unclaimed territory and taking their ore to the Pamiat system for refining. Travel advisory: armed conflict have broken out between miners and scientists staking claims to Prothean ruins. Visitors are advised to employ security while exploring unknown regions of the planet. Population 11,503. You hear the words Ezo. You know what time it is. And it's a rich planet. Oh yeah, look at all the Ezo popping. It's popping up everywhere.
Something on our sensors.
Surface scans show evidence of a shipwreck meeting Quarian design specifications. Identity of ship unknown. Number of life signs detected in vicinity uncertain. Local wildlife may interfere with the accuracy of biological scan. Quarian crash. Okay, well, guess what? We're going to scan this planet first.
Probe away.
Because...
Probe away.
There's Ezo here.
Launching probe.
And it's a rich planet too, so why not? Oh.
Probe away.
It's not a giant spike, but...
Probe launched.
That's what we're looking for specifically, was that? go.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
Another giant spike Viso.
Probe launched. Probe away.
There we go.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away.
It's basically there. I mean, even with the smallest spikes for EZO you want.
Launching probe.
They're helpful. Regardless. Like I said, I don't think I've ever filled the EZO bar. I mean, I may have, but I really don't remember. Alright, completed. Alright. Oh god. Music doubled again. So let's land. We'll take Morden and we'll take Tally. Why not? We got some tents. Uh-oh, we got some Varen.
I am detecting a single Quarian life sign in your location. Judging by the suit's erratic readings, the Quarian is badly injured. I am also detecting multiple native life signs near your landing site.
We managed to escape the Geth's notice thanks to some clever work in silencing Cyanid's engines, but the strain on the old ship was too much. The best we can hope for is to find a friendly spot somewhere in the shield system. Our reports show that this isn't extremely likely. We were nervous scouting this close to the Perseus Veil, and we were right to be. At this point, I'm afraid we might never see the fleet again. With everything the Cyanid has been through, it seems like an ignoble end. The landing was rough, but we managed to salvage from the wreckage the things we need to survive. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Commander Gorlot couldn't make it, leaving me as senior officer in charge. We scouted the landscape and found the plants to be extremely hostile. We don't dare remove our environmental suits here. We're all hoping to be rescued before there's any danger of exposure. I don't know who or what is taking them, but we've now lost more than half the crew to survive the crash. We hope to build a camp here to survive until the Adina found our beacon. But something is hunting us. I have to keep the crew together the best I can. We will send out a search party when the day comes. I'll find my crew and we'll do whatever it takes to return to the Adina. Okay. So, medkits, palladium here, 2,000 of it actually. Yeah, we saw the Baron. Oh, we got a dead Corian. Oh. It's the guy.
Quarian life signs are stabilized. I recommend securing the area in preparation for shuttle extraction.
Ambush.
Right.
Got one. Do the trick.
Yes!
One down. Level or in level. Forget that. Doesn't matter. One down. I was standing downwind.
We have to get out of here.
Neutralized. Not difficult.
We've been spotted.
Alright, well, let's go. Let's keep coming. Come on, lady. Oh, hell yeah. Kicked it right in the nose.
Coordinates received. Udina inbound for pickup. You've done us a great service. Expect to hear from the captain.
Nice. A little bit of money. Service. Got paid for that. So, I mean, you get money for all these little missions, and you know, it adds up. It pays for the gas. And the, you know. See, we spent about $1,000 or so on that. Alright, Hades Nexus, Shadow Sea, Viper Nebula all the way down here. Okay, so, Sigurd's Cradle, disable the false signal. Or save the crashing ship. You know what? Let's get the false signal first. Okay, so Chorus. We have Lena. Lena, cloaked, is a methane-clouded hothouse planet. Its lack of metal-rich core and significant magnetosphere allows for an easy scan, which reveals mining equipment on its surface. It can be deduced that this mining occurred within the last 5 years. Any longer, the machines would have been worn down to nothing by the excessive heat and dust storms of hot iron oxide. It's a rich planet. I wonder if there's any ESO, huh? Yeah. Sometimes I just like to throw a... As I'm spinning the planet, you just kind of do this to get an idea. You'll know, because you'll come across multiple pockets.
I have detected an anomaly.
Sanctum. Sanctum is proof of the old spacer adage, just because it's called a garden world doesn't mean it's a picnic. Yeah, that's it. That's the adage, right? Freezing ice storms cover the poles and temperate zones, leaving a narrow strip of habitable land at the equator. Dry but windy, this area is home to Sanctum's minimal terrestrial plant life. The planet has yet to discover develop land-based animals, though invertebrates grow quite large in the pelagic seas. Mining, referred to as ice cracking at anywhere but the equator, is a common employment on Sanctum. The planet is rich in platinum and palladium deposits, as well as boron, which is locally used in semiconductor doping. Travel advisory. Carbon dioxide levels on Sanctum can reach 5,000 parts per million during thermal inversions. Travelers should carry a breath mask at all times and consult the Sanctum World Weather Service for warnings. Advisory. Travel advisory. Piracy is at a 14-year high, global high on Sanctum. Visitors should take appropriate security precautions. Population 257,300. Colony founded in 2169. Capital Vulpes.
Check all those tunnels for runners and report back to Captain Naren when you're done. Check all those tunnels for runners.
I have found something.
Distress beacon detected on initial sweep was confirmed to be a fabrication set in place to lure unsuspecting ships in orbit of pirate ambush. Preliminary scans indicate that shutting down false distress beacons will stop the Blue Sun's transmission and disable their ambush site. Surface scans show Blue Sun's communication signatures concentrated around a shuttle hangar bay. Alright, well, let's first of all drain their fucking planet of resources.
Launching probe.
Because we don't want the Blue Suns to be able to have any of this stuff, right? I mean, that would just be, you know, a bad idea.
Launching probe.
You don't want the Blue Suns to have materials so they can go around hurting innocent people, right? Oh shit, we got some fucking Ezo! Bang boom. That's a pocket. We definitely don't want them to have that, right? I mean, ooh, that's a big ol' spike. I always get excited when I get pockets of Ezo, because like I said, it's much more rare. Like, it's not, you know, I'm not saying that like it's not common in every system, but it's just like, you know, some a lot of times planets won't tell you about it, and so you kind of have to scan every planet.
Launching probe.
Like I said, I mean, you can see how much we have of the other, you know, materials. Just goes to show. You got something that's like labeled as good rather than rich. I mean, anything I think with Ezos is rich.
Launching probe. Probe away.
Keep up the scanning, we might just actually fill the bar up. I think you only need like 25,000 or so to fill it or something like that.
Launching probe.
Double spike. Just all up there.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe.
Building up that platinum too. Alright, well. There we go. Now the Blue Suns can't use all those great resources to harm anybody. Alright, take Morden, take Garrus. Typically the two that I like to take. Oops. Let's just exit. Drop me in. I was like, who the fuck is that? Oh shit, it's Cerberus! Hi, Commander Shepard here to fuck up your day.
Ambush.
Oh, look at those first guys up there.
This should slow him down.
I was standing downwind.
For the moment.
Ah. You're all fucking dead. Anything around here? Maybe. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Alright, well, let's get in there and ruin these guys. Refined iridium here as well. Data pad.
The shuttle just landed outside the southern entrance. Get out there and take them out, now.
In we go.
Due to concerns over employee safety, the Broadfield mining facility has been closed until further notice.
Thought I was harmless, did you?
Go. You know, I would like to map my disruptor ammo to RB instead.
Wish I was standing downwind.
Scoped and dropped.
Hey Garrus, get fucking hyped, bud. Oh, we got some dead guys here. Blue suns, wherever you are. Mess hall down here.
Due to Phillips' brilliant expansion of the northern mining tunnels into the mess hall last week, our small facility will be closing indefinitely. All teams will be transferred to the nearest starbase shortly.
Alright, living quarters. Let's come in here. Could be some lockers in here that we could find.
Hey cousin, that jerk Selim just fired me for no reason. I swear the guy has it out for me. I hear the Blue Suns are hiring people to take out some dumbass vigilante on Omega. I'm gonna go show them how it's done. Wish me luck.
Alright, 1875, not a ton. But, you know, like I said, it's not, you know, you build up little by little in these smaller missions. Yeah, you think you're slick?
Look out! Impressive.
Got a big old drill here. Mine. Find iridium where? Oh, here it is. Anything but iridium? Do we have maybe some palladium or platinum down here? We got some power cells. Very nice.
We've got a major haul coming in from that dig site, boys. Move all the unsorted cargo to the mines to make room.
Okay.
Whoever you are, you won't make it out of here alive.
Really? I guess we're gonna see. Oh. Alright, big old mech. Two big mech. Alright, fair enough. Nice challenge. But, I have this. Gotta heal up. Bye-bye to the assholes. Bye-bye. Oh. Hey, everybody, did you hear that? That part where they said that we weren't getting out of here alive? Hey, Garrus, did you hear that? Did you hear about that? Did you hear that whole part where they're like, you're not getting out of here alive or something like that? I mean, I don't know. I seem to be still pretty alive. What about everybody else? Is everybody else alive? I think we're all pretty alive. Gee. We're all still pretty alive? We're all still pretty alive, right? Alright, we got a wall safe over here. Another 1875. Just free muns laying around, you know. There's probably something else as well. There's a chair. An agent from the prospective client arrived today. The client has asked for discretion, which raised a few red flags. On Commander Santiago's suggestion, I plan to persuade the agent to divulge the nature and location of the cargo. Well, that didn't take long. The client's agent folded under minimum pressure. Commander Santiago's hunch was correct. The client hopes to hire us to move a Prothean artifact from the dig site. With a little more pressure, the agent should gladly give up the location of the dig site itself. It took some persuasion, but the agent gave up the location of the dig site. I'm dispatching ships and men to the location now. Santiago ought to be pleased. The Prothean artifact is worth much more than we'd ever get for transporting it. Yeah, well... maybe I'll go take a look at that fucking dig site. Easy. Stress beacon, overload. Is there anything else in here? Just to make sure. Whew.
That should do it.
I've leveled up as well. It's like $500. Probably have some messages as well. From Edie, Plan of Origin, Franklin Skepsis System, Sigurd's Cradle. Distress beacon detected, message to follow. The Alliance colony on planet Franklin is under attack by Batarian radicals. The terrorists took control of a nearby Javelin missile base and have launched 2 missiles at the human colony. Total destruction of colony is imminent. 0 probability of survivals if missiles strike. The kill switches for the missiles are inside the base and under heavy guard by Batarian fighters. Alliance forces are overwhelmed. Losing this colony, the first of its size in the sector, would be a devastating setback to Alliance expansion of Terminus systems. Requesting immediate assistance. Okay. The cyanid. Thank you. From Captain Yusin Mal, Vasadina. Commander Shepard, please accept my sincere appreciation for your efforts in locating the wreckage of the cyanid. That ship has a storied history that both the migrant fleet and Cerberus, and we are pleased to know that her wreckage can be salvaged by my people. In finding and stabilizing Lieutenant Forzan, you have returned to the flotilla one of her newest and most honored heroes. Your efforts in furthering the Quarian search for a new homeworld will be remembered. You're very much welcome. Stop the Javelin missiles. I think this is a... if I remember, this is continuing something from Mass Effect 1, perhaps? If I remember. Gas, though. That's for our next excursion. Alright, and we got... ooh, look at this one. Wallace, an unusually small Pegasi or hot Jupiter. Wallace was originally an extrasolar planet that entered the system that was captured by the gravity well of a G-class star, Skepsis. Tidally locked, Wallace's hot side reaches temperatures over 2,500 degrees Celsius, but not large enough to proportionate to the star to cause eclipses visible from Watson. It is easily seen at dawn or dusk as one of the brightest objects in the sky. Oh yeah, it is. It's moderate as well. It's got some palladium, some platinum. You know. Darwin. A mid-sized rock planet, Darwin is ironically named, being one of the worst places for life in the galaxy. Its atmosphere is punishing, its temperature boiling, its chemical makeup toxic. Carbon monoxide and methane wrap the planet in an unyielding haze, and scans of its surface only shows silicates and molten tin. Its daily thermal fluctuations lead to hurricane-level vortices, 2 at each pole, forming eyes that can be seen from orbit. Despite all this, Darwin is still used by spacers as a drive core discharge point. Hydrogen pierces the clouds in the upper atmosphere, making for a relatively benign approach. Of course, right? Pauling. A hydrogen methane gas giant, Pauling's gravitational field is believed to have cleared most of what would otherwise have been a sizable asteroid belt. The 2163 mission of the space probe Ultimate gave the inhabitants of Watson reams of data reinforcing this theory, giving the colonists an accurate count of its moons, 66, rings, moon-like ring objects, and more than 2,200 impact craters on the surface of its metallic core. Ultimate has been since retrieved for use on subsequent missions within the solar system. Chemowitz. Named for the 21st century pioneer of groundwater remediation techniques, Chemowitz has an impressive layer of ice over a stony metallic core. Despite its size, it has only one moon, Noah, which shares its carbonaceous composition, leading astronomers to believe it formed following a giant impact. Iridium deposits have attracted miners to the planet, who must work through robots and telepresence because of the planet's strong gravity. Crick. Known for its spectacular geysers that can be seen from orbit, Crick is a rock planet with expansive frozen oceans. Though it is within the temperature and pressure range for human habitation, its thick atmosphere is largely carbon dioxide and monoxide, making breath masks or environmental suits mandatory. The most abundant resources for exploitation are the potassium salts found in seabeds, which fetch good prices on terraforming worlds. Watson. Watson is known in human media for two things: spectacular tides brought on by a large moon and the bureaucratic snafu over which Earth nations got to settle there first. Watson is a garden world, first discovered in 2165 CE, with credit claimed by the Chinese People's Federation, the United North American States, and the European Union. The Systems Alliance brokered the infamous Reykjavik Compromise, allowing limited colonization from each coalition in cities comprised of populations from each nation. Watson itself trends colder than Earth, with a temperate zone measuring about 30 degrees latitude in either direction from the equator. Its life does not easily map to Earth's evolutionary eras. Some islands have species that resemble terrestrial placental mammals. Others are overrun by arthropods. It is estimated that at least 2 more generations of xenozoologists will be needed to properly classify all the species of the planet. Very well. And of course we have Franklin.
I have detected an anomaly.
A large moon, Franklin retains a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide, but its desolate surface holds no signs of water or life. In order to defend Watson from the pirates of the Terminus systems, Franklin is home to 2 Alliance spaceports. A naval base is capable of fielding 6 fighter squadrons each and a classified number of interplanetary ballistic missiles. Mass Effect fields keep the gravity in its installations at a comfortable level for long-term living. Rich, too.
Shelters immediately. Repeat. Javelin Mark 2 missile launch detected.
Something on our sensors.
Scans detect an Alliance colony defended by Javelin Mark II missile base. A distress signal indicates the base is compromised by Batarians who've launched 2 missiles at the Alliance colony. Total destruction of the colony is imminent. 0 probability of survivors if missiles strike. Find the control panel in the Javelin Mark II missile base. Time of impact calculated. Landing party will have 5 minutes to deactivate the missiles after shuttle touchdown. Alright. Let's save the colony. Let's get Jacob. Run on this one. I have a single point. He has 2 points. Alright, let's try to save this colony, huh? Can't fuck around.
There was a battle here.
Fast sword.
Going up a barrier. Yeah.
Get to that.
Going up a barrier.
Shit, where do we go? Down? Yes, down. Alright. Right. Whew.
There is only one remaining kill switch code. Therefore, only one missile can be stocked. Use the kill switch code to save your selected target.
Apply kill switch to protect Alliance interests and tactical visibility at the cost of hundreds of lives. Save the city and hundreds of lives as the industrial area destroyed. However, this colony will no longer be viable and have to be evacuated. Well, we need to save the people.
We did it.
I think it's okay as long as we save the people. That's the Paragon option, I believe. We don't want the people to die. Okay, well, we can now end the mission whenever we want. I want to take a look around here real quick. There's some power cells here. Came down here. Let's see. Over here. About in that first hallway that we were in. Over here. Alright, well, did it. Thousands of lives saved. We got a message for that. Oh, not yet. Okay, well. We saved people. That's really what matters. Alright, so now we can travel back through here, and we can save the crashing ship. Jonas, a methane ammonia ice giant, is being developed as a fuel depot serving the Pylos cluster. Eldfell Ashland Energy has established a base on one of its moons to crack water, ice, into hydrogen and oxygen and skim helium-3 from its atmosphere. Jonas is also believed to be an extrasolar planet captured by its star. From orbit, Normandy's sensors can pick out a hand-painted sign some woggish employee has left outside the complex. Last chance fuel for 100 light years. Funny. Azale. Azale is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. Though gas giants are known for their powerful magnetic fields, Azale's field is stronger than the current models predict. Within the frost line of its solar system, where gas giants do not usually form, Azale is believed to have once been extrasolar. Okay, and Broken Arrow. Oh shit, they're plummeting. Scans detect a rapidly decaying derelict ship in orbit over planet Jonas. Its registration matches the MSV Broken Arrow. Ship's manifest notes volatile munitions cargo on board. If left undisturbed, the ship's trajectory will lead to impact with Jonas. High probability that the crash site will be Fargon, Jonas's largest human colony. Gas signatures detected aboard the MSV Broken Arrow. Alright, well, let's take Grunt again, and let's take Morley. Right. Moving the ship to yellow alert while we have seen no signs of trouble. Is this counting down, by the way? I'm reading this. No. Okay. Moving the ship to yellow alert while we have seen no signs of trouble. I'm not sure we won't run into Geth this far out. We have to be prepared for anything. I've been told that it's a terrible idea to go this far out towards Geth territory, but these colonies need to defend themselves. Sometimes I think the only thing keeping the crew from shriveling up in fear is 100 crates of military-grade weaponry on board. A little shore leave when we get to the Nirolith system will do us all some good. We have a lot of deliveries to make, and it's not going to get any friendlier out here. Moving the ship to red alert. The Geth are attacking. We're ill-equipped for an attack of this magnitude, and we'll do everything we can to survive this. These colonies need these weapons, and the attack is further proof of how dire the situation is out here. This will be the last entry of this log. Given the severity of the Geth attack, I have ordered all hands to evacuate and head toward the colony. Should the Geth succeed in capturing this ship, they also gain control of the 100 crates of weapons in the cargo hold. Therefore, I'm using my authorization codes to scuttle the ship, hopefully destroying the Geth that remain aboard. I intend to stay aboard to make sure the ship dies gracefully. My plan to disable the ship's engines, thus causing our orbit to decay, is to bring MSV Broken Arrow down to the surface where the self-destruct timer will destroy the ship. I must be careful. If I fail, there's no telling where the ship will end up. You found out.
Headed for combat.
Navigation offline. Okay.
Taking fire.
Destroy.
That first one. Fucking go away.
Impact shot.
There. There. There we go. Restart the engines.
Objective complete.
Hooray! We saved the colony. We have all these other places out here as well. Alright, Dorada. Yeah, this is the big one. Alright, Via Ressa. With an orbital period nearly 2 millennia long, the cold and distant Via Ressa was actually missed by the initial Asari survey of the system. Only a follow-up mineral assay sent to Canalys by Volus Mining Concern noticed its subtle movement across the stars. Via Ressa is a methane ammonia gas giant circled by a retinue of deep frozen moons. Its remoteness makes it a popular drive discharge point for pirates working in the Pylos Nebula cluster. In the last 2 years, several dozen ships have disappeared while passing through the Dorada system. As Pylos is currently unclaimed by any sovereign power, Council naval patrols are few and far between. Thus far, none of the pirates responsible have been apprehended. Cineus. A standard hydrogen and helium gas giant, Cineus has more than 80 moons. That's a quick one. Zeth. Zeth is a common hydrogen helium gas giant, and abundance of sulfur in the upper atmosphere give its distinct yellow stripes.
I have detected an anomaly.
Canalys. Canalys is smaller than Earth, but has unusually high density. The high level of tectonic activity indicates that the density is caused by an abundance of radioactive materials in the core. These, combined with the planet's unusually high rate of spin, raise the planet's internal temperatures and cause volcanism. While several companies performed mineral assays in the late 2170s, the world's geological instability precluded development.
Probe away.
Geth.
Something on our sensors.
Sensors detecting anomalous weather patterns on the planet's surface. Geth activity detected. Recommend extreme caution. Alright, well, I'm also going to scan this planet for stuff. Because it's rich. Say maybe? Maybe has some stuff on it?
Launching probe.
mean, I wouldn't really call this a rich planet.
Launching probe.
Double spike there.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
Seemingly missed something. There's spikes somewhere. Ah,
probe away.
There we go.
Probe launched.
Smaller spike. Yeah. I wouldn't really call this a... I wouldn't really call this a rich planet, to be honest. Alright, Morden and... Yeah, we'll just take Garrus. They have the powers that I like using the most, so... Disable the Geth climate control device. Climate change device. You can't even see out here, man. Holy shit. That man's shields away. I mean, to wipe out 5 more shields. You just can't see shit out here. We're getting little bits of palladium here and there, but...
We've been spotted.
Shut this shit off.
This should come in handy.
Well, there we go. We got some damage protection as well. Damn.
you've received a new message at your private terminal.
I bet. Let's see here. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So I was thinking about the like retrained powers thing, and I think that I want to do the shock trooper again, because that was like better. Because it gives me better Paragon and Renegade. Adrenaline Rush. The health damage taken, I still want that. Inferno ammo still, of course. And then let's do 3 in disruptor ammo instead of concussive shot, because I am using that as well. So yeah, see, our Paragon's like way further up now. See, that's kind of what I'm wanting. That's yeah. So okay. To Normandy, our thanks from Raphael Cologne, Governor of Fargon Colony, Jonas. Normandy crew, we retrieved your identity from the docking data aboard the MSC Broken Arrow. We're led to believe that your crew is responsible for saving our colony from the catastrophic event. Not only did you defeat the Geth and prevent the ship from crashing into the planet in a trajectory that would have destroyed our colony, but you also saved nearly 100 munitions crates that would have been lost in the ship's scuttling. Thanks to you, we are safe and can continue the Broken Arrow's work in arming the colonies on the fringe of Geth space. On behalf of the residents of the Fargon colony, you have our eternal gratitude. You're welcome. You're welcome, you're welcome. Everyone is a welcome. Thanusi. Thanusi is a small barren rock, though there is evidence that it once had an atmosphere of carbon dioxide. Only trace amounts of krypton and xenon remain. Like Ciano, it is tightly locked to Dorada. That would be this here. Ciano. Ciano, named for its ancient Asari philosopher known for being a contrarian, orbits Dorada at a retrograde. It is believed to be an object that fell into the system millions of years ago from parts unknown. The outermost of Dorada's 2 inner asteroid belts is thought to have been a small planetoid that was broken up by Ciano's passage into the system. Ciano is formed of low-density rock and is tidally locked to Dorada. The same hemisphere always faces the star. There is evidence that a complex of artificial structures once existed in the north of the sunward-facing hemisphere, but they have been badly degraded by millennia of heat and radiation. Several bunkers of radioactive wastes, apparently byproducts of primitive fission plants, have been discovered on the far side. Huh. Interesting. Anything in the asteroid belt? Nope. Fly through the star. Right, so we can keep on going to Satent. Neteza. An unremarkable methane ammonia gas giant, Neteza would be of no consequence if it weren't for the only approachable gas giant in the Satent system. Boros Volus colony has set up a few automated ice cracking stations around the planet, and Narhu Combine has been contracted to set up a helium-3 extraction facility. Construction has lagged due to the CEO's arrest and a kickback scandal that reaches to the highest levels of the Vol Ministry of the Frontier. Boro. Boro is a young Vol's colony world settled in defiance of a threat by Terminus pirate groups. The pirates, who can't use the world themselves, have suggested that the Volus hire them to protect the colony. The Volus responded by requesting military protection from their Turian allies. Although uncomfortably hot by Volus standards, Boro has the rare combination of high pressure and ammonia ecology Volus require. Development of the colony is proceeding rapidly. Colony founded 2180, population 1617, capital Yilla. Anidia. Anidia is a small ice body with very low density. Its mass is only 4% that of Earth. It appears to be composed mainly of carbon and water ice, but over the millennia that has secured a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. While Anidia's gravity is weak enough that a cruiser could land on it safely, there is no particular reason one would want to. Pirates have been known to land to recover ice for cracking into hydrogen and oxygen. One area in the southern hemisphere, the so-called Anidian scrapes, is so frequently used for this purpose that higher albedo raw ice can be easily seen from orbit. Rhyceris, an airless rock of mixed light ores. Rhyceris is only of note for the Terrienu impact crater, a relatively recent asteroid strike within the last million years. The core of the object was partially composed of EZO. It struck at a low enough velocity that the EZO remained near the surface. Over the years, many pirates and wildcat miners have attempted to extract the ore. It is believed that the Terrienu debris originated in the pulsar system AAP34211+19. The supernova that formed the pulsar also created the red emission nebula the human spacers have unofficially named the Sakura Nebula. Give me that EZO, baby!
Launching probe.
That's a nice purple, too. Oh, shit.
Probe launched.
Look at that.
Launching probe. Probe away.
So there's a bit of a high spike there somewhere.
Probe launched.
Iridium.
Probe away.
A low spike there, but still there nonetheless.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
Spike.
Launching probe. Probe away.
EZO in that one. There we go.
Probe launched.
A huge EZO spike.
Launching probe. Probe away.
Another reason that, you know, another reason to, like, get a lot of this stuff before you finish is because once you go to the Citadel or these other places and you just, like, you buy all the remaining, like, expensive tech stuff, then you have the resources to get them.
Probe launched.
Alright. And then Raskel, just like that other one that was super bright. Raskel is a massive hot Jupiter gas giant that whips around the star Saturn once every 4.5 days. Like most planets of its type, it's migrated inwards from its initial position in the system, thought to be around 3 AU. Raskel is one of the few close-orbiting gas giants to show a marked temperature difference in its sun-facing and dark-side hemispheres. The atmosphere the atmosphere absorbs and re-radiates Saturn's heat too quickly for winds to carry the heat to the dark side. There's a temperature difference of over 1,000 degrees between the gas giant's hot and cold poles. Alright, so we'll travel back to where the mass relay is, because this place is too far out to fly with what we have in terms of fuel. Refuel on that as well, and then we can head to Lucy. Which is way out here. Tanoth is little more than a glorified ice dwarf that has drifted inwards from Kurosi's Oort cloud over the millennia. Its extremely elliptical orbit is ultimately unstable. Computer projections suggest it will impact the atmosphere of Gaius, Jaius in a few billion years. Jaius is another methane ammonia gas giant, very similar to its near twin Uzin. It presents a nearly featureless robin egg blue face to the universe. Uzin. A typical methane ammonia gas giant, Uzin has 37 moons of various size. Chithes, one of the largest, orbits at a retrograde, suggesting it was a planetesimal that was captured by the gas giant's gravity well. The planet itself is believed to be an extrasolar capture as well, though millions of years before Chithes? Whatever, came onto the scene. Evidence collected by planetary geologists suggests that Chithes was, for many centuries, a water world, heated by tidal flexing as its orbit circulated around Uzin. The planetary ocean, once hundreds of kilometers deep, must now be frozen solid. Some have recommended drilling test bores to see if life ever developed in Uzin seas, but the question is considered academic. Nidus. Nidus lies improbably close to the red dwarf Chrysaroy. This allows it to approach habitability, though it is quite frigid. It is tidally locked with a hot pole and a cold pole. Along the terminator, the temperature averages just above freezing. On the lee side, the temperatures are well below freezing. Nidus has developed a limited native ecology, much of its clusters permanently attached around geothermal vents. There are, however, more advanced forms of life. Several arthropodal herbivore species wander back and forth across the terminator as they require nutrients available in both environments for sustenance. More dangerous are the omnivorous predator species that devour the arthropods. Most animal life on Nidus has limited vision, but finely developed thermal sense. And Theanax. Theanax's surface is covered by water and ammonia hydrate ices, which are constantly repaved by cryovolcanic processes. The world's size and density suggests the core contains heavier elements and retains much of the heat of the system's formation. A lot of planetary reading today. You know, you might as well fill it out. You could always come back to it later, and then you know. So that's how I know if there's like new stuff that's there.
Reserves at 50%.
I know if there's something there that's like new by doing these 100%, so that when you go to travel back to them, you know what's there. Okay, so got that done. What I think we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the Crescent Nebula here, and we're gonna disable the blood pack relay. Here actually. Celine. Galon. Galon is surrounded by an extensive ring system. The inner rings are composed pulverized nano-manufactured carbon materials, thought to be the remains of an Artheni helium-3 mining infrastructure. The few pieces of larger debris found indicate a materials technology at least equal to the current galactic state-of-the-art. The The outer rings consist of water ice, silica dust, and the odd bit of rock. Analysis of the debris often show shock damage and evidence of rapid heating. Some parahistorical theorists insist the outer rings represent debris from a moon or moons destroyed by a mass accelerator bombardment. This has been rejected by every reputable xenoarchaeologist. While it is theoretically possible to destroy a small moon utterly with dreadnought bombardment, no species sees a compelling reason to do so. FO. FO is a rocky world with an atmosphere of oxygen and carbon dioxide. There are large craters scattered across the surface, obviously from hypervelocity kinetic impactors. Stretching between these locations are the shattered remains of a magnetic levitation rail line, which strongly suggests that craters represent the former locations of Arthini mining outposts or other settlements. The equatorial region contains an extensive network of canyons formed by the plant's abundant liquid water. Travel advisory. FO's atmosphere is approximately 41% carbon dioxide at sea level. This level is 4 to 6 times that necessary to render most species unconscious within a few minutes of breathing it. Breathing masks must be worn at all times when on the surface of FO. It's a nice white too. It's kind of like a white bronze color.
Anomaly detected.
Helmi? I'm just going to say that. Helmi is a post-garden world that once enjoyed an Earth-like oxygen-nitrogen atmosphere. It's still blessed with plentiful water, but a generally cold climate and extreme seasonal shifts, courtesy of a 38-degree axial tilt. Helmi is thought to be the homeworld of the Arthan, a spacefaring species which disappeared approximately 300,000 years ago. Precisely what happened to Helmi is still under debate. It appears a global extinction occurred, wiping out all native animal life forms with a more complex than zooplankton. Plant forms were not affected, but the lack of oxygen breathing life caused oxidation of the atmosphere. Plant life was reduced after lightning storms ignited global wildfires. The leading theory for Helmi's devastation is an out-of-control biological weapon. For this reason, landing is strictly prohibited. The corporations of Ilium have been placed a network of quarantine satellites that dissuade would-be looters from landing at the crumbling cities. Oh boy, so maybe that's what we're gonna find.
Possible anti-invasion protocol. Repeat. Unidentified ships detected.
Ezo there.
All units.
Something on our sensors.
Mercenary activity detected inside a mining facility on plant surface. Facility confirmed. Registered to Eldfell Ashland Energy Corporation. Eclipse presence confirmed. Distress beacon powered down at site. Sensors detect multiple spacefaring vessels. Launches from facility. Yeah, well, I also got some Ezo here, so.
Launching probe.
Moderate planet.
Launching probe.
We're getting close to filling that bar. You can leave a comment if you think we're gonna fill that bar.
Probe away. Launching probe.
Go. Oh shit.
Probe
That's a
away.
triple. The mountain spike.
Launching probe.
There's a little bit of Ezo in there.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
Here we go. I saw.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
Iridium's almost at 100,000. There it is. Iridium's over 100,000 now.
Launching probe. Probe away.
Took a double spike there, but Find out its peak there. Alright. Go. So, we've got that. Let's go ahead and land. Just a bunch of little missions today, you know. As I said, I'm saving a lot of the loyalty stuff for after we get a lot of these things done. Just to kind of build some Paragon, to build up some money. Ooh, bugs. Cargo computer. Cargo ship Terra Alon docked and received a large shipment of resources en route to a facility in the Dranic system. Terra Alon requested escort for the shipment, claiming pirate activity along the route. Dare you launch that shit at me? There's something over here. Palladium. Excuse me, gentlemen. Alert, we're under mercenary attack. Escort civilians to crew quarters, then return to the work area to protect the main computer at all costs.
Shields have failed.
Alright, you fuck. The death noises that come from these guys. Ridiculous. It's waiting for me to reload. There's a med kit up here that I saw. Oh. Alright, mainframe. Hack this. It's like an all green. There we go. Last location of last report from Terra Alon. Terra Alon docked received a large shipment of resources. Yeah, piracy. Oh boy. Unwanted guest.
One down.
Move and stay down.
Nice one, Mord.
Concussive shot ready.
Captain Borleon. I killed the captain guy. Decrypting complete. Decrypted data is incomplete. Further details are required to trace Terra Alon's location. It's been sent to Cerberus. Alright, well. Alright, $15,000. Not bad. Alright, and Nepima. Tidally locked to the stars, Aline, Nepima has the expected hot pole and cold pole. Along the Terminator's a thin band of nearly habitable terrain. Unfortunately, the local biosphere is based on the chlorinated oxygen atmosphere. It is not sophisticated, but it has proven highly dangerous. The Asari surveyor Viralis landed on Nepima in 1684 to study the local ecology. Unbeknownst to the crew, a handful of native chlorine-fixing microbes passed through the biohazard screening and entered the ship. The Viralis returned to the port of Nos Parnolote on Ilium, where the Nepiman microbes escaped into a temperate environment with plentiful unused chlorine. The microbes devoured the chlorides and the earth as metabolic byproducts. They produced toxic polychlorinated biphenols, PCBs. By the time the infestation was contained, an area of nearly 30 square kilometers had been effectively turned into a toxic waste dump. Nos Parnolo had to be abandoned, accelerating the development of Nos Astra. That's pretty fucking scary. Okay, Lucerne. So we're going next to this place. Disable the blood pack relay. Jotun. Jotun is a fairly standard close-orbiting Pegasus gas giant orbiting the star Lucerne at high velocity and heated to temperatures of over 1,000 degrees. Analysis of its orbit has revealed a core of heavy elements with a mass double that of the planet's hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Untanta is remarkably close to Earth. Its orbital distance is similar, and while slightly larger, its reduced density yields similar mass, atmospheric pressure, and gravity. There the similarities end, for Lucerne is a hot class F-star, emitting over 8 times the energy of Sol. Untana is a parched wasteland, its water long since boiled away into its nitrogen carbon dioxide atmosphere. A handful of mining outposts dot the hellishly hot surface. The crews remain in underground bunkers, sending remotely controlled machines out at night to do surface work and load cargo for shipment. Population 230. Nothing in the asteroid field here. Dorai. Dorai is a large hot world with a poisonous atmosphere of acidic nitrogen oxides. While the planet is too close to Lucerne for this to condense and fall as rain, this makes the environment too hostile for forms of life more sophisticated than bacteria to evolve. And then Terranth.
Anomaly detected.
Terranth is broadly Earth-like with a fatal flaw. It has a relatively high amount of chlorine in its atmosphere, the reason for the greenish haze that becomes apparent when looking at the horizon. Chlorine has become a vital component in Terranth's plant life. As a defense mechanism against native herbivores, many species evolve the ability to release clouds of toxic chlorine when disturbed. This gas is heavier than the atmospheric oxygen and tends to settle in low places. While unavoidable, this has placed Terranth near the bottom of the list for colonizations. There are intermittent signals of originating in the heart of the large chlorine swamp. They appear to be coded, though it is not impossible that they are garbled distress signals from a downed civilian ship. Well, I already know that it's fucking blood pack, so...
Something on our sensors.
Preliminary scans indicate a high-powered communication relay on the planet. Communications match blood pack mercenary protocols. The concentration of Krogan and Vorchen signals are masked inside what appears to be a mining operation. Life signs detected. Unknown species. Advise caution. Alright, we'll just take the same people. Oh my god. Look at that thing.
The fog on the planet's surface is interfering with your navigation. The nearby beacon towers may serve as a navigational contingency.
Alright.
Damn, what happened here?
Digital workers, stop chipping away at this node. There's nothing left here to mine. Move on to the other sites now. Salamule. So I remember Salamule from the previous planet.
Toxin concentrations exceeding safe levels. Proceeding with caution.
Look out!
Uh-oh. We got some creepy creatures. Raw material. What? I think this is the place with the Thresher Maw, is it? There's a Thresher Maw in one of these, on one of these planets that we have to kill at some point. Some more raw material there.
Why were they here?
All workers, fall back now. Evacuation shuttles are on the way. Anyone not at the gathering site when the shuttles arrive will be left here with those damn bugs. Salamule.
Headed for combat.
Having audio issues with these headphones, like the audio's going out, or it's like the, I don't know if it's the controller or if it's the fucking headphones. Salamule, I can't get any more Vorcha from Omega. Garm has his own problems. You're gonna have to man up and deal with this on your own. Maybe build a beacon path. I bet those damn Vorcha are just wandering off into the fog and getting lost. Kalusk. Where's the beacon thing? Here we go. Watch yourself, Garrus. Jesus. relocation terminal here. I think I'm aware of how to do it. Okay. Encountered an unclassified hostile alien species. We got the microfusion array for the heavy weapon ammo capacity. It's pretty good. I wonder if we'll be able to fly to, what's it called? Oh, there's something that we missed apparently. Oh, this. Zedek. A common methane ammonia gas giant, Zedek is best known for the infamous Calthor camp. Established on the ice moon of Jasus, Calthor was a Blue Sun's hostile environment training facility run by a cadre of former Batarian Special Intervention Unit operators. In 2168, a cluster-wide scandal broke out when it was revealed that the mortality rate of recruits sent to the camp might be as high as 18%. Investigation by Asari authorities based on Ilium uncovered group graves around the facility containing the remains of several hundred recruits, dating back 2 decades. The camp was immediately closed, and the remains sent back to their worlds of origin. An inquest by the Blue Suns found the Batarian commandos had used harsh training methods, but these were consistent with their own training to join the SIU. The Batarians were exonerated, though Calthor was shut down, and they were reassigned to other units. As the Crescent Nebula is beyond the sphere of Council law, no civil charges can be filed against the Blue Suns. You can't keep getting away with it. Undest. Mysuth. Farthest from the dim red dwarf Undest, the ice dwarf Mysuth has attracted no interest beyond a cursory flyby by automated probe in 1874. No significant resources were noted. Zesmini. Cold, dim, and shrouded by methane ammonium atmospheres, Zesmini has nevertheless attracted development by Asari mining concerns that service military industries. There are significant loads of valuable light metals present, including titanium and lithium. Titanium is the primary material used in mass accelerator slugs. Lithium is used in military-grade droplet heat radiators used aboard warships. Population is 620. Icaria. Though nearly the size of Earth, Icaria contains only 28% of its mass. It has a trace atmosphere of neon and molecular nitrogen, but the predominant carbon dioxide has long since frozen and fallen to the surface as frost. While Icaria has a core of heavy metals, the bulk of the planet's volume consists of water ice. Several unique forms of long-chain carbon molecules have been recovered on the surface, pushed up from beneath the ice by cryovolcanic processes. Icaria has a large rocky moon, compositionally similar to Luna. Alright, so now we can fly all the way back to Sale.
Only half our fuel remains.
We can gas up. Or probes. I'm gonna exit real quick.
Messages for you, Commander.
Here. About my... Anyway. Okay. Alright, so... That being said... I think we got pretty much everything here. So I think what we're gonna do is next time, when we return, we are going to help Miranda. Let's go ahead and land on Ilium. Before I do that, save real quick. Up a nice little save, just in case. We're gonna land on Ilium, and then we're gonna start doing the loyalty missions. So obviously we're gonna take Miranda. We'll take Morton as well. There's 3 points. Yeah. So of course the Shadow Broker stuff on here as well. Shadow Broker stuff we'll do.
Pardon me, I'm on a call.
25.
We'll do those like later.
No.
In terms of the journal assignments, we still have to deliver the data, find the Solarian. Okay, yeah. We still have to get the package on the Citadel as well, and of course we have that. Reduce technology. Let's see, tech damage. Yeah, let's grab that. Grab that as well. Okay.
Members of Eclipse mercenary band are facing tough questions after violence erupted at a gang-controlled warehouse.
I think it's this guy right here.
Listen. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important call.
I overheard you talking. Is this the data you're looking for?
The Corrosa Generational Archive. You found it. Thank you. My whole family has been worried. That data is irreplaceable. I didn't think I'd get it back from Nasana's corporate building.
Why is this data so important, anyway?
It's a genetic history for the entire Corrosa family. It's used for high-level reproductive negotiations. It would be like a human pedigree, I suppose. Without it, you're bargaining from a greatly weakened position. Losing this would have hurt my family for generations, maybe even destroyed it.
If this data is so important, why didn't you have backups?
We did. A rival family introduced a computer virus and our techs were sloppy. The virus destroyed all our data. I just spent a fortune getting the data recovered and reconstructed when Nasana went crazy. We live in a world of infinite data redundancy. To lose something so important because of one crazy Asari?
There's your data. I hope it helps your family.
You have no idea, human. I don't know who you are or how you got it, but thank you. Here, for your trouble. Blessings be upon you. You've certainly blessed us.
There we go. Some Paragon. Some Muns.
Hungry? Then come to the Fish Dog Food Shack.
Oh, I might. I'm pretty hungry.
I don't know. That still sounds like an awful thing to legalize. All the dangers are right there on the package. It's legally required.
You're sure gateway weapons and armor are good enough for Eclipse?
So, connect Pulsar. We'll grab that. Squad bonus, shields, barriers, and armor. Shepard gets 40% health. I think we'll save this for now on terms of that.
Yeah, her first mate. Your father? He got her things when he traveled.
And we'll come back and get the fish later. Just because, you know, I don't want to buy it right now and die.
Going to try and make it as a commando?
Why not? Every Asari has biotics. Might as well use them, right? Pure bloods are a waste of genetic potential. That's
think
how
there's
we
anything
get
else in
throwbacks from
here.
the Ardat Yakshi. Hey, I don't like pure bloods either, but that's going a little far.
Alright, so, pretty much what we'll do is next time when we return, we will, do Miranda's loyalty mission. And I think I'll head back to the Normandy in between. I'll get these upgrades and everything, and then, yeah. I'll change my armor color and everything too. So we're looking a little bit different. So take care, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.